Holy crap, I actually made it back on here. Hey, what's up guys? It's
Mario time! Press start to play.
Hey, welcome back guys. So today we'll be back at this non-rage game. Anyway, last time, if I remember correctly, we only got to the lights. This time I hope to get farther. I'm doing new game just in case I may or may not have played while you guys were gone. But I'm using the touchpad because I've heard it's easier. I can't really tell whether I think the touchpad, because the thing is you have more control, but it's a lot harder to do fast stuff. See, notice I can't really do anything fast. I may have to switch to the mouse halfway in between here. I actually don't really use this much. I used it a couple times just to see if they were true. I got back to where I was last video.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here. Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. Don't worry, I'll save your progress, always. Even.
So, yeah, so I'm actually going to go really quickly, just 1 second, grab my mouse. It's easier, at least for me. So, yeah. 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And we are back in business. Okay.
Mistakes.
Let's
This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002 titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products.
Let me just make sure my camera's back in position correctly. It looks like it is. Okay. I don't have a mouse pad because I don't have a desk. So I'm just using a book.
In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery. And the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real.
Okay.
The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. but I'm not sure Jazuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing.
But you
and it's
did.
authentic to the process of building a game about climbing.
You did mean to make it.
A funny thing happened
like
to me
that.
as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past a new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
So earlier we only made it this far, so now we're gonna try to make
When
it
you're building
farther.
a video game world, you're building with ideas. And that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world, not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
Kind of like making mods, I guess. Ooh, I made it. Okay.
For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds.
Come on. There we go.
Over time, we've poured more
seen
and more
this part
refuse into
before.
this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash. But only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music, B philosophy. Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand.
I'm
infinite,
sorry I'm not
and
talking that
unsorted.
much. It's hard to do that and still focus. I'm trying to. So that light bulb part.
There's 3D
After
models
it.
of breakfast. Gen X's fanfic novels, Scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled.
Untitled.
Everything's
my
fresh
Word
for about
documents.
6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight.
Dang it.
In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things?
I'm playing this way past when it was popular, but really, I don't care. Oh yes, I made it. Okay, I hooked it up. Oh no, this does not look happy. Yes, okay. Come on, man, you can do this. I believe in you.
Oh, you just lost a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration, a real punch in the gut.
Not really. I mean, I feel like that wasn't too hard to get over. Ha 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 ha. That was close. I almost fell down to the bottom. I do feel like he could have just made that part. I do feel like he wouldn't have gotten that much hate for just making this part fall down, but thankfully he made a little catching area. Oh my. Not good. Goodbye, world.
Oof, sorry about that.
That was, so it looks like we're probably gonna end it here, unless I actually end up making it over. Okay, I made it to the second lamp. Want to be extra careful. There we go.
Oh, it happened again. Keep on trying. Don't let it get to you.
Hey, it got me on this side, so I'm fine. As long as it gets me here, I'm fine. It's just those lights I don't like doing. Like, I seriously will lose a lot more time worth of progress. I don't care if I have to get back through all of them. I just don't like when I get back to a part where I just have to retry like 1,500 billion times. That is the correct exact number. 1,500 billion is the exact number of billions of times I have retried that part now. How come this part's so hard all of a sudden? Yep, goodbye. I know I'm just gonna fall for some stupid reason.
This thing that we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying down. Mary Pickford.
I can't even make it to the next part anymore. This part was so easy for me earlier. What? I haven't changed anything.
No.
Oh, come on. So freaking close.
Oh.
Okay, yep. This is the new part that I'm not gonna be able to beat, even though I beat it like 3 times earlier without any trouble at all. And I don't even know what I'm doing differently now.
Oh.
There we go. There, now let's try this part one last time. Let's try this part one last time before I finish up the video. I can also guarantee that I'm not going to be able to make it, but that's why I said before we finish up the video. Yeah, because if we did make it, I'd probably continue the video. Holy crap, I actually made it back on here. Well, before I get copyrighted, I'm going to go ahead and,
Get nasty over there, boy.
No.
Going down the road feeling bad. I'm going down the road feeling bad. Going down the road feeling bad, and I ain't going to be treated this way.
should I do it? My mouse just drops.
Lay them blues up.
3, 2, 1. Okay, that looks like it'll be all for the video. I literally cannot die here. Okay.
I'm down in jail on my knees. Down in jail on my knees, and I ain't going to be treated this way. They feed me on cornbread and cheese. They feed me on cornbread and cheese. They feed me on cornbread and cheese, and I ain't going to be treated this way.
I like going down where I know it's my choice. Oh! Let's play some soccer before I go off. Not soccer, I mean, golf.
$10 shoe fits my feet. A $10 shoe fits my feet. $10 shoe fits my feet, and I ain't going to be treated this way. Going where
You know
the
what?
weather suits my clothes. I'm going where the weather suits my clothes. I'm going where the weather suits my clothes, and I ain't going to be treated this way.
Let's at least try to complete something. You know what? Let's try to speedrun this part. Ali A Olay. 3, 2, 1, go. Speedrun. Speedrun.
Hey!
We're speedrunning this part now, just so I can feel like I've accomplished something. Okay, may not speedrunning, just going hopefully pretty fast.
Oh.
You know what? You know what? I'm just gonna see if I can get over this mountain right here. I am the champion of this game. Ready? Hey, it's a new part I'm not gonna be able to beat. Just kidding, of course it's not. Or is
The
it?
soul would have no rainbow had the eyes no tears. John Vance Cheney.
Nope, it's not. Goodbye.
The pain
Let's,
I feel now is the happiness I had before. That's the deal. C.S. Lewis. I feel within me a peace above all earthly dignities, a still and quiet conscience. William Shakespeare.
So, that is probably the last time I'll be playing this game for you guys. If you like my new hairstyle, make sure to leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one.